Hola clase, vamos a hablar de verbos con yos irregulares. So we're going to go over irregular yos in Spanish, which are verbs that mostly conjugate normal, but the yo form is weird. If I were you, I would pause this video in a second here, and I would go open your homework because you will see that it, while in Canvas form, matches what I'm working on this worksheet. And you can go ahead and be filling in part of it as we go. So if you need to, pause the video and do that. Great. All right. So the first thing we need to do is go through the weird yos and also note any of our verbs that have a stem changing situation. So dar, the weird yo is doi, but the rest of the verb conjugates as a normal AR. Ser, you should know, is soy. Again, you know ser is irregular in general, so eres, es, all those guys. Estar is estoy, and the only thing weird beyond estoy is the accents on four of the conjugations. So as you can see, we have this little pattern of oi verbs, okay? Over here, we have what are often called the go verbs that the yo ends in go. So we have pongo. Poner means to put, to place, or to set. Otherwise, it is a normal ER. Traigo. Traer means to bring. Otherwise, it's a normal ER. Salir is salgo, means to go out or to leave. Otherwise, is a normal IR. These guys are all some form of stem change or spelling change. So, Dacier is an E to I. Vanir is an E to IE. And tener is an E to IE as well. You already know tener pretty well. Oyer is weird. So the yo form is oigo. But the rest of them, the I actually changes to Y. So it becomes oyes, oye. Ooh, might help if I spell it right. Obviously, I've skipped over the yo because the yo I already gave you. Oímos and oís are normal. Well, as normal as it gets, they have an accent. And then oyen. This is to hear. And this is why you'll sometimes hear Hispanic people say, oye, which is like hear me, listen up. All right, decir, the yo form is digo. And then the rest are dices, dice, decimos, decis, dicen. If you see one that looks like dice, it's decir. Venir, I think of as tener's cousin. It's vengo for the yo form. But then it's vienes, viene, venimos, venis, vienen. Tener's tango, and we've of course learned that conjugation as tango, tienes, tiene, tenemos, tenéis, tienen. These three are just weirdos altogether. So we have saber, the yo form is say. We went over this the other day. The rest is normal ER. Conocer, the yo form is conozco. Again, rest of it's normal ER. And ver is veo, and the rest of it is normal ER. All right, so on each of the examples, and we'll do the first 5 together, I've given you a verb, and you are to, how about I not do that? You are to conjugate it in 2 different forms, one of which will be yo, because the whole thing is we're practicing these weird yos, and one will be a more typical form of the verb. So for example, the first one is dar. Veronica blank un disco compacto a Karina. So she gave a CD to Karina. Conjugate dar, we drop the AR and add a. So Veronica da. Yo le blank un libro. I gave her a book. So yo, I'm going to use doy. Don't let the little lays, tays, mays throw you. Remember, those are indirect object pronouns. You need to look for the actual subject, which in this case is yo. Okay? Let me scroll down a bit here. All right. Good. All right. We have a star. So, nosotros blank cansados porque fuimos a una fiesta ayer. Well, we are tired. Estamos. Yo blank contenta porque bailé con Javier allí. I'm happy because I danced with Javier there. So, yo estoy contenta. Let's jump down to one that has a weird spelling. I'm going to hop down to 6 because oír is new to you probably. I hear a pretty song. So the yo form we know is a weirdo. It's oigo. The 2 blank también. Do you hear it too? This is going to be oyes. Okay. Let's do venir also while we're here. Isabel y yo blank a la casa de Susie. We come to Susie's house. So normal, even though it stem changes, it's nosotros, so it's out of the boot, so no stem change. Venimos. Yo blank un poco antes de ella. I come a little earlier than her. So we're going to go with vengo. That is a terrible E. You're going to pretend it's not. Vengo. All right, let's jump all the way down to the very last one, decir, because this one tends to be tricky for people. Tu me blank que ellos son novios. You're saying that they are dating their boyfriend girlfriend? I say that's not true. So tu, you are the subject in this first one. Again, don't let that may throw you. It's you are telling me. Decir is an E to I stem changer. So we have digo, but then we're changing the I on all the rest of them in the boot. So these, these two outside the boot, no stem change. Des. These, es, e. This, emos, is, and n. Okay? So 2 would be dices. Looks like dices. Dices. Ooh, get up there, see? Yo, digo. Okay? Otherwise, the rest is pretty straightforward. So don't let irregular yos throw you. Basically, you just have to remember that the yo form on these is weird, and some of them are stem changers, but that's something you have to deal with in general. Okay? All right. If you have questions, pregúntame. Otherwise, buena suerte. Adios.